following program contains immature and adult subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Direct from Montreal, the funniest place on the planet, it's the Montreal International Comedy Festival. We've kept you laughing for over 26, is that right, 26 years? This is just for laughs with Dave Hempstead, Bruce, Maz Jabrani, Robert Hawkins, Lori Elliott, and to start things off, Danny Boy.
Hello! Oh, it's lovely to be back here in Montreal. And yes, my hotel's on strike. That's nice. I've nothing. Two days, nothing's been cleaned, nothing. You see, all the staff have walked out. You can't have a hotel with no staff. Otherwise, it's just a big house with lots of dirty rooms. I haven't had toilet paper for 2 days. I tell you what, that Gideon's Bible's come in pretty useful. Now, why is it every hotel I've ever stayed in Canada, they feel the need to tuck the bed sheets so tight into the mattress? You can see the aggression on the housekeeper's face. What, did they think I'm a millimetre thick? I can't get in. Last night I had to come in from the back wall and just kind of slide down like that. I felt like I was being faxed. And then you get in, right? And you go, well, I guess that's me for the night. Probably won't be moving much now. Put the old arms in there we go. And that's when you go, please tell me that's not the remote control away over there. Come on. What's the point of that plastic hairdryer unit they stick in the bathroom on one wall? It has all the impact of an elderly relative breathing on your head. Doesn't it? Well, this would be ideal if the look I was going for was hot and wet. I stayed in a motel in Australia. I toured around some mining towns in Australia in February. Lived the dream, Danny. I was up in the far northwest, a place called Karatha. And there's nothing there. It's a very dry and dusty part of Australia. I checked into a motel. And a motel is like a hotel. In much the same way a McDonald's is like a restaurant. I walk into the room, turn on the light. There is a small lizard on the wall. But that size. I thought, well, this isn't going to help me sleep. Phoned up reception. Hello there. There appears to be a small dinosaur in my room. And the guy said, yeah, mate, yeah, that's a gecko. And he hung up. Hello, me again. It wasn't a trivia question. I want to know what to do about the gecko. He said, mate, you can't do anything about the gecko, mate. Bloody geckos, bloody everywhere. Bloody geckos, bloody. That's how I think Australians talk. Anyway, so I'm in this motel room, and this, things in the wall like that. That's how they look. Do you know they've got no eyelids, geckos? They can't blink. That's the only look they've got. It's a look that kind of says, what is it? What's your problem? You got a problem, what is it? So I'm trying to ignore this. I slide into bed. Watch a wee bit of TV, I thought. I'm watching this info commercial, this hour-long info commercial. They have that in Australia. They have hour-long commercials for, you know, a steak knife that can cut a shoe in half or something. Oh, at last, you know. Quite often I've been having a meal thinking, I wish I could wiggle the toes, you know. And the guy that's selling it, he can never believe he's selling it, can he? I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm selling it for this price. $9.99 for a steak knife that can cut a shoe in half. $9.99. What am I thinking? I must be mental. I must be crazy. I don't know what I'm doing. You must know. This can't be that big a surprise to you. Somebody asked you how much for the knife, mate. You said $9.99. It's been the same last night and the night before. No, I can't believe it. I must be insane. I'm thinking, if this guy's as insane as he says he is, someone should take that knife out of his hand anyway. So I'm watching and I'm getting quite tired, right? Because all the time I've got one eye on this. I turn off the TV, turn out the light, I'm finally going to go to sleep. No, I'm not. Because then I hear this. And that's the thing running along the... I turn on the light and it's... What is it? What? I said, right, don't piss around, mate. You were over there and you're now over there, right? Cut the crap. You know you've moved, I know you've moved, right? Don't look all innocent, pal. What is it? What's your problem, man? This goes on, you know, this goes on all night. Switch off that, switch on, he's somewhere. Do you know the last time I did it, I turned on the light, I couldn't see it. I thought I couldn't sleep when I could see it. I sure as hell can't sleep now, I can't see it. So I get out and I look on the around the room, can't find it anywhere. I thought, well, I'll just convince myself Gecko's finally gone. I slide back into bed. I'm just about to turn off the light. I look up, it's on the ceiling! I scream. It drops off the ceiling onto my chest. But the sheets are so tight, I can't get the thing. I'm getting off the... Do you know, I did the most bizarre thing I've ever done in my life. I started blowing on the gecko. Why did I do that? And that's when I discovered geckos have two looks. Because it started going...
Coming up, Dave Hempstead.
You were watching Just for Laughs on CBC. Good for you.
We're back with more Just for Laughs.
My name is Dave Hempstead. I've been a professional comedian since 2001. I'm supposed to be waiting for a date, and now you're here with a camera asking me about my life. What did you do before you stood behind cameras? Relationships frustrate. They're either the best thing in your life or the worst, is your relationships. And I find that intriguing. Your relationship can be the best thing going and the worst in the same day. Right now, anyway, that's kind of what I'm playing with and exploring is I've been driven so angry in a relationship, and then at the other times you just feel so great in a relationship, and that's not right, is it? I don't know. I can't believe they let me do this for a living. I'm unemployable. I'm 33 and still single, so it looks like I'm sitting out the first marriage. It's not that I'm against marriage, it's just that I'm for logic, you know? Well, the divorce rate right now is 54%, okay? 54%. It's a big number, really. Intimidating number. I'm a little spooked about it. Let me put it in a different context for you so we can take love and romance out of the equation and think clearly for a second. Imagine if you were standing on the sidewalk watching people try to cross the street, and 54% of them didn't make it. How excited would you be for your turn? Really? Really? Don't you think you'd see a lot more? No. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Yeah. No, there's a system here for sure. We haven't found it. Go ahead. Yeah. What? Yeah, I'll be lonely. I'll be up half a house. That's fine. That's a lot of rooms to cry in. So, and dating's tricky, you know, that's the alternative, of course, is dating, and it scares me. Dating's the #1 cause of marriage. So, I'm getting older, which means by default, girls are getting younger. And I can't date young girls. I can't. They're full of hope. I'm getting so tired of putting that out. It's hard on my heart to watch the light fade out of somebody's eyes. It really, it's so tiring. Look, young girls still think Mr. Right might be out there, and maybe I'm him. Oh, that is rich. I date older women because they know better. They already met Mr. Right, and he turned out to be a prick. So, they're usually willing to give Mr. Considerate a second chance, you know? Heck, with older women, even Mr. Prompt becomes sexy, you know? He's not much of a looker, but he's always on time. I really admire that. I do. And he's got nice penmanship, which I'm not used to, but it shows respect for others. Relationships are really hard if you care about the other person. If you don't care, they're easy, really. But if you care, oh my goodness, you have to make these choices you would never make, ever, if you weren't in the relationship. For example, you have to join team sleep. You have to join team sleep. You have to sleep together in a relationship as much as possible. There's no point in being well rested if your partner isn't, really. You don't want to be fresh for the crap you're going to take all morning. There's no benefit for that. So you got to join team sleep. You know, you're just sitting on the couch one night and say, well, time for bed. Is it? Great. Hate finding out how movies end. So now you got to go to bed, and because you've agreed to go to bed, you got to spoon. Now I'm a spooner. Everyone know what spooning is? Spooning's, yeah? Okay. That's when the two of you lie on your side in a lover's embrace. You know, you're just holding each other. Just look like a couple spoons in the drawer. Quit squirming. Knock it off, seriously. Pick a spot. What is with you? I always end up laying in this god-awful cramped position, just, oh no. Did it to myself again. There's no way I'm going to be able to fall asleep like this at all. If I move again, she's going to yell at me for sure. What's better for me long term? I wish I could just die. If I could just die right now, get some sleep. Spooning's so hard. My whole goal whenever I'm spooning is to just hold her long enough till she gets too hot. That's my goal. I know if I can stay in there, if I can cook her up, you know? I can get in there and cook her up, then eventually, okay, too hot, get off. And I know. That's the goal every night. Because then I get to go to sleep and I'm a romantic hero. I held you longer than you could be held, baby. And it's hard. I have to be in the back. That's the other tricky thing. I'm a relatively big guy, and traditionally I date girls who are smaller than me. So it's creepy when I'm in the front. It gives me the heebie-jeebies, you know? It really does. No, because I'm just laying there all set to drift off, and then this little pygmy hand comes crawling over, like, get up! I got hot breath shooting down, like, get the hell! I feel like I'm backpacking a hobbit up Everest, you know? And you can't deal with that because you're too busy blowing hair out of every orifice in your face without being allowed to use your arms. So you just gotta... No, I'm good. Right about then, those 3 days growth unshaved sandpaper calves come raking up the shin. It's like getting grazed by a great white in the ocean, okay? That's what I do. Strip of flesh comes right out of the meaty part. Uncut toenails, slice opens your Achilles. I don't even know, because they're icicle feet. These icicle feet. Why do you have no blood in your feet when you go to bed? What is wrong with you that all the blood takes off out of your body as soon as you lay down, races up out of your feet into your brain so you can nag at me first thing in the morning? I'm oblivious to the bloody stumps I got dangling as I lay there. Quit squirming! Quit squirming! 54%, huh? Go figure. Thanks very much, Montreal. It's great. It's so fun. Oh, I'll do it again. Do it again right now. It's amazing.
Coming up,
You got to be kidding.
Bruce. Hey, over here. It's just for laughs.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna fall on nobody here. He's looking scared, like, oh my God. What did he eat? I ate everything. I'm not gonna fall, yeah. There's one thing, I'm serious, one thing about white people, they'll help you. If something happened, they will help you. You know, if it's a wreck outside, hey, you need some help, you need something? Now, black people, they be riding and looking. Somebody done tore their car up, isn't it? But I like it. But look, before I get started, I want to say this. People that are fat and don't realize you're fat, I'm going to give you a few pointers to let you know you're fat. If you have to put your belt in your pants before you put them on, you're pretty much a fat person. If you take a shower and sweating at the same time, if you're like, oh my God, it's hot in here. Look at the fat people, that ain't funny. Yes, it is. And people always say stupid stuff when you're losing weight. You need to watch your food. I look at all my food, don't you? You need to watch what you eat. You ever watch what you eat? I look at all my food. I'm looking straight at it, really. But seriously, I have been working out, and I have lost 141 pounds. People are like, don't you feel good? No, I'm hungry right now. You ever have somebody give you some food, like 10 chicken wings, you be like, who this for, the baby? You better give me 50 and keep them cooking, really. But I see white people in here. White people, thank you for coming. I like you, white people, I love you. Because you pay on time. I'm telling you, white person writes you a check, you can take it to the bank in the morning. Brother writes you a check, he gonna post date the next Friday. Look you straight in the eye, say if you go on that Thursday, the money won't be there. I like white people though, seriously, because you know, when their credit card is declined, they apologize right then. You ever notice that? Like, I'm sorry, I gave you the wrong card. And they give them another one. Black people looking straight at the computer. Soon as they swipe the card, we start talking to Jesus, don't we? When they do like this, Father God, in the name of Jesus, please let that card go. But I like white people, I do, I like them. Because they let you know when people are gonna steal. Someone in the mall stealing, white people are telling right there. They'll be like, excuse me, this guy's over here stealing, right here, over here, over here. And they'll stand right there and let you know they was the ones that told on you. Like, hey, I'm the one that caught you, Buster. You going to jail. Black people see somebody stealing, we can't believe it. We're like, oh my God, he's getting a shirt. That guy's getting a shirt. Now he's getting the pants. That guy's getting the pants. Then you start cheering him on. Get the shoes. Get the shoes. Get the shoes. You know, I'm telling you, white people are different. I'm telling you, I like them because everything is in order. I'm telling you, I saw a white lady get pulled over by the police. She was pissed off. She asked the questions. Soon as the police got to the car, she's like, what you pulled me over for? What? What's your name? What? What's your supervisor's name? Give me this ticket. I see you in court, you moron. Here, and pulled off. Police said, did she call me a moron? I said, yeah. Not black people, as soon as we see them blue lights, we turn into a runaway slave. Oh my God, how you doing? How you doing, officer? Yeah, I have driver license. I have insurance, and I sure do appreciate this ticket. God bless you, officer. Amen. But I like white people, I like you. But white people, you have got to learn to pick up on stuff before it happened. Black people can pick up on stuff instantly. I think it was because we live on edge all our lives. A black person can go home tonight, get ready to put the key in the door, like, what's wrong? Somebody done tried to break in my house. Like, how you know? Call the police. Call the police. White people can come home, garage door open, the kitchen door is wide open. They sitting in the car trying to guess. I wonder who left that door open. They walk in, the brother behind the door, I left it open. Lay down! Oh, for the love of God. But I like white people. I do. It's serious. But one thing we got to learn as people, we got to learn to not make fun of people that has a dysfunction. Am I right? Something is wrong with them, you do not pick on them. Am I correct? Like, we're going to a drugstore down here. I didn't know the manager had a stuttering problem. Now, he didn't stutter like, like that. He kind of held his word. I thought he was singing. I did. And I walked in. I said, hey, how you doing? He said, oh. I'm like, what is going on here? I got back to the register. He said, all right. I said, you just finished that? I've been in here for 10 minutes. I got a cousin. He can't never say Bruce. He be like, Bruce. I'm like, man, write me a note. He wrote a note like that. Bruce. Tell me in Braille, really. But really and truly, people, I'm going to tell you something. Most comedians always have a joke when they leave the stage. You know what I mean? They tell an ending joke like, thank you, I'm out of here. I don't do that because I don't tell jokes. I tell real life stories and make them funny. So basically, when I get through performing on stage, I just walk off, you know? Hey, what's going on? Thank you, man. I feel like a real player, you know? Whatever a player is, but that's what I feel like, you know?
So yeah, I'm originally from Iran. Thank you, calm down, no problem, that's fine. I was actually worried when we first went to war with Iraq, because Iran sounds a lot like Iraq, and I was worried if there was one president who was going to mess it up and bomb the wrong country. I actually saw an interview on CNN with Condoleezza Rice before the war with Iraq. I swear to God, she said, yes, we are going to bomb Iraq. I was like, oh my God, you can't mess that up. You're the smart one. And that's when I thought, listen, if I were Iran at that point, I thought it was a good time for Iran to just change their name. They should just change their name. If I were Iran, I would have called a press conference. I would be like, thank you for coming everywhere. New York Times, you know, Montreal Gazette, thank you for coming, everybody, really. Thank you. We have a special announcement to make. Starting today, Iran is now Canada. And Iraq is that way. So I'm married also. I'm married to somebody from another ethnicity. I'm married to an Indian woman, Indian actually. Not Indian like, woo, but Indian like, you know what I'm saying. Not casino Indian, computer Indian, computer Indian. That's right, I married tech support. Best move I ever made. Whenever I have a computer problem, I'm like, honey, Windows XP isn't working. She's like, I won't get out of it. Truth be told, my wife, least tech savvy Indian in the world. Yeah, I got a defective Indian. It's messed up. Didn't even keep the receipt, I can't return her. No, I would never file for divorce because I'm a comedian and she's a lawyer. Who would win that one, right? But as an Iranian, I watch the news. I watch the news from a Middle Eastern point of view. That's what I do. Like last year, there was this plot to blow up JFK Airport. And I was watching the news. I was like, please don't be Middle Eastern. Please don't be Middle Eastern. And the news came out. They said they're Guyanese. I was like, yes. Those damn Guyanese, you can't trust them. But then the next day the news came out, they said, but they're Muslim. I was like, damn! I was like, just once, can't it be another religion? Just once. Just once, couldn't it be a Buddhist? Just once. But then I thought about it, it will never be a Buddhist, right? Because a Buddhist live in the moment, right? A Buddhist would be like, I was gonna blow myself up, but that moment is gone. I am in another moment right now. I don't feel very explosive, I don't. Last year, 60 Minutes did a piece about the US Navy. The US Navy fired some Arabic translators who were American, but they're doing Arabic translations. They fired them because they found out they were gay. They have a don't ask, don't tell policy in the Navy. They found out they're gay, they fired them. And I heard that and I thought to myself, what are we afraid of? What, are they gonna gay up the translation? Right, where they're gonna be like, okay, here's some chatter. There's gonna be a bombing at the embassy. And a sale at Prada. Oh my God! I watch everything from a Middle Eastern point of view. I watch the World Cup. Remember the World Cup, the famous headbutt in the World Cup? I watched that from a Middle Eastern point of view. For those of you who don't remember, it was France against Italy in the championship game. And the Frenchman, Zinedine Zidane, was running back from the offensive side. And Materazzi, the Italian, grabbed his shirt and pulled it. And Zidane went over to him, headbutted him right in the chest. And Materazzi was like, ow, that hurt. And he went down, and Zidane got the red card, got kicked out of the game. As a Middle Easterner, I did not just watch what happened in the game. I watched the reaction of the French. Before the headbutt, the French love Zinedine Zidane. Before the headbutt, the French were like, we love Zinedine Zidane. Oh yeah, he's a French champion, we love him. He's one of us, we call him Zizou. He's Zizou, we love Zizou. After the headbutt, they're like, this guy's Algerian. That's my time, I'm Maserati, thank you.
Coming up,
Slap me. In the face?
no, Robert Hawking. We're back with more, just for laughs.
My inspirations for comedy are alcohol, guilt, pain, and anger. The four horsemen.
I saw a commercial the other day. Are you concerned about hair loss? No, I'm past concerned. Yeah, I'm angry. Concern's the wrong word. Nostalgic. My hair is leaving me now and turning 3 different colors, like my head's having one long autumn. I don't even comb my hair anymore. I just blow it into the neighbor's yard. But I overthink everything. Like, I think God must be in prison, because that's where everybody finds him. I've seen the power of prayer with my own eyes, folks. I left my passport in the back of a taxi in Tokyo, Japan, the night before I was supposed to fly back to the States. Huge, costly mistake. I was depressed, and I prayed. I said, God, help me find this passport. I know you're busy in prison, but if you help me here, I will change my entire life. I'll get up early, I'll work hard, I'll love people, I'll pay my taxes, I'll quit smoking and drinking, and I'll go to church on Sundays. As soon as I said amen, the phone rang, and they found my passport. No! 3-second rule. Thank God. Girl ever asks you to talk dirty to her, don't do it. Because you'll say something stupid that you think is nifty. Turns out you're way too outside the box. Talk dirty. I don't wanna. Come on, talk dirty. All right, I'm gonna tie you up, light you on fire, and throw you in a dumpster. It was your idea. I didn't want to talk dirty. I wanted to make sweet love and just think that. I think baseball is a selfish sport. Listen to the song. Take me out to the ball game. Well, slow your roll, Rambo. Who talks to people like that? How about please take me out? No, you take me out. And you buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. Screw you, I drove. Get your own peanuts and Cracker Jack. There's peanuts in Cracker Jack. But I especially overthink relationships. I'm not married, but I live like I'm married now. Why? I'm practicing having a wife out of consideration for her. That way, when the right girl comes along, I'll already be ready for her. For example, I shave once in a while. Not today, I'm angry at her. We're fighting. But I put the seat down now, in practice. It's not so hard. I put the roll back on the spool now, out of consideration. Doesn't kill me. I put 100 empty bottles of shampoo in my tub now, so I'm used to it. Out of love. I take myself out and I see movies I don't want to see. I get dressed for the movie, then I sit around the house for a half hour. After the movie, I get ice cream. No, I don't. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Yes, I do. Sometimes I drive around and talk about ice cream. I sleep on 2 inches of my own mattress now. I just teeter on the edge, and I don't use a blanket, but that's okay, because they have the heater on 186 degrees now, and I'm burning my ass off in preparation for this love. But most importantly, I keep a list of everything I do and say. Then once in a while, I go back and read into it for no reason. Then I show it to people I don't know, so I look like an a-hole at parties I didn't want to go to in the first place. All I ask is that you don't snore. Snoring makes me want to kill somebody. I don't snore. You know how I know? I tape recorded myself sleeping one night and I played it back the next day. And all I heard was... I like my women like I like my beer. Gone when I'm done. Kind of like my hair. Guys, thank you very much. That's my time. Good night.
Thank you. Thanks. My name is Lori Elliott, and I have been doing comedy, I guess, ever since I got out of jail for arson. Okay. I'm a nervous, neurotic weirdo, and that makes weird things happen to me. Ooh, this is an awesome salad bar. Most of my comedy comes from everyday experiences. Like for example, I'll be writing my jokes at my computer, and I'll be all excited about them, and then I'll get up and fall down my stairs and wedge my head into a bucket or something. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is good. I knew this would happen. I drove here from Toronto, and I was so jazzed about coming and doing Just for Laughs and seeing my family and stuff that I got distracted on my drive, and I actually ran over something, and it got stuck in my wheel well, and my car started going like ka-dink, 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 you know when that happens, and I was like, oh my God, what have I done? And I get out of my car, and I look at my wheel well, and it turns out I ran over what are they called? A smart car. Don't worry, though, the tiny little people inside were fine, just really angry and dizzy. I had the amazing honor of doing 4 weeks of comedy in South Africa a while back. The day I left for the airport, I took my dog out for a walk, and he got his ear bit by another dog, and it just started spurting blood from this weird ear vein. And he was fine, he couldn't feel it, but I got all freaked out, and I ran him home, and he gets in the front door, and he's shaking his head, and blood's going everywhere. And I said to my husband, you gotta take him to the vet, I have to go to the airport. So he takes the dog to the vet, I go to the airport, he brings the dog home, puts him upstairs, and starts wiping all the blood off the walls, just as our new neighbor came over to introduce herself to us. He had to say his wife went away for a few weeks. Oh, where'd she go? Oh, she went to Africa to do comedy. Happens all the time. Oh, gosh. I celebrated a birthday recently, and I'm a lady in my mid-30s, and me and my girlfriends decided it would be a really good idea to celebrate my birthday at a dance club we used to go to when we were 19. Oh, it was such a bad idea. This guy came up to me that night and he laid a line upon me, or a pickup line or whatever, and apparently it's very popular and quite vulgar, but all it did was confuse me. And he comes up and he was all, I had my hair done that night, I was all proud of myself, and he was like, hey lady, can I ask you a question? And I was like, yes. And he goes, do your drapes match your carpet? Okay, some of you know what that means. I had no idea. I just got confused. I was all, what? And he goes, I said, do your drapes match your carpet? And I just went, I don't have any carpet. No, and he was like, oh, you're one of those. And I was like, yes, I prefer the feeling of hard wood under my foot. That's what I like. I mean, I used to have a carpet, but I had my neighbor come over and rip it out. It was filthy, it had red wine stains, the cat peed on it. Had to go. It was a PU, get rid of it. But then my night took a turn for the worse because I got home and as I said, I'm in my mid-30s, and that's the point in a woman's life where the landscape starts shifting, right? And so I decided my gift to myself would be to work on my inner supermodel and not worry about what's happening with my body. So I go to bed and I was lying there and I was all, inner supermodel, I'm Giselle inside, inner supermodel, just about to fall asleep. My husband gets into bed and starts doing this. Bah, blah, blah, blah. And it felt really weird, and I was like, stop that, that feels weird. I swear to God, he goes, I'm just trying to rub your back, baby. Happy birthday to me. Oh man, I was so drunk that night too. Whew, I partied that night. And I don't usually, the only time I ever really party hardy is at birthdays and functions like that, or my husband's work functions. That's the only time. Because when it's a work function, it's free booze, right? And I don't work where my husband works, so I'm like, who cares? And I'm a frugal Scotswoman, so I consider free booze a giant sale that must be taken advantage of. And the last time I did it, my husband was so mad that he wasn't talking to me the next day, but he sent me an angry email from a self-help website called How to Be a Master Mingler. And it had a bunch of pieces of advice for people like me who don't know how to act properly. The first one was this. Upon arriving to the party, scan the party layout, for that way you can politely excuse yourself to use the restroom or refill your drink without breaking eye contact. Does that not sound kind of creepy to you, you know? Oh, Gary, it's been really great talking to you, but I've just got to go to the bathroom, Gary. Leave that door open. Don't look away, Gary. Gary, I will kill you, Gary. I will kill you. You have been so much fun. Thank you so much, Montreal. Good night.
Coming up,
Diddly-dee, potatoes. There we go.
Danny Boy. We're back with more Just for Laughs.
About a year ago, I was in Vancouver, and I stayed in a bed and breakfast there. Bed and breakfast is a uniquely Canadian concept. Everywhere else in the world, they call them a guest house. Right, you're a guest. You go to America, you're a guest. Scotland, guest. Here, you're not a guest. You will have bed, you will have breakfast, and then you will get out. Don't go making yourself at home. And don't touch anything in the room. She's only been dead a year. I checked into this bed and breakfast, right? The woman gave me a key attached to a giant piece of wood for some reason. Maybe there's a floorboard missing in the room, I don't know. And as I was lugging this thing up 3 flights of stairs, she said, oh, by the way, there's no breakfast tomorrow because it's Saturday. Well, you can't argue with logic like that. I got into the room. It's quite a difficult thing to get into the room. No bed! There was a kind of mattress, but no actual bed. I thought, shit, there's only 2 criteria you have to nail in the term bed and breakfast. I went down and I said, there's no bed or breakfast in your bed and breakfast. She said, oh, Mr. Picky. So the point of all that is, I do a lot of traveling. I spend a lot of time in hotels and stuff like that, and I travel a lot. And I miss Scotland. I do miss Scotland when I'm away from home. And I miss the things you don't expect people from Scotland to miss. I miss the brown grass and the rain that hurts your face. I miss the beaches. People say, well, Danny, you spend 6 months of the year in Australia. They have the best beaches in the world. I find them quite bland, to be honest. All those big, long, white, sandy affairs. Children running up and down. You can't run on a beach in Scotland. You'd break your bloody legs. All those big, black, slippery rocks. I'm glad I said that right. So are you, by the sounds of things. Right. I like the ruggedness and fierceness of Scotland, I like, because you only need to look at our national symbol to know how much we like ruggedness. Our national symbol in Scotland is a thistle. Yeah, that spiky thing. It's a weed. It's actually a weed. Technically a weed. I can't believe we chose that. We must have got there right at the end of the day when everything else had gone. At the great garden centre of national symbols, the English turn up first. Hello! We'll have the rose! The rose! Oh. The rose is romantic and poetic like the English. And they got the rose. And then maybe the Welsh turn up, Hello! I'm hearing a lot of this for the first time as well. You do know that. Right, okay. Hello! I am a Welshman. For my national symbol, I love daffodil. I love a daffodil. Because it's chivalrous and respectful like the Welsh. And off they go with the daffodil. And then, maybe the Irish turn up. Oh, why not? Diddly-dee, potatoes. There we go. Yeah. Why not? How many people came here just to hear me say that tonight? Don't! You let yourselves down. So the Irish fellas, I don't know what the hell this is. I've given him a mandolin for some reason. I'm a storyteller. And my story must be told. What would you like as your national symbol? Oh, we'll have the shamrock. Because the shamrock is rare and mystical, like the Irish. A hee-dee-hee, a diddly-dee, and off he disappears. Into the mist. The point is, every country's got their national symbol. That's when we turned up, the Scots, right at the end of the day, Oh, sorry I'm late, What have we got left there? Not a lot. What's that prickly, shitty-looking thing over there? What's that? Oh, you don't want that, sir. That's a thistle. Yeah, it's a weed. Yeah. We were about to throw it out. What, free? We'll take the lot, thank you. No, you don't want it, sir. It's a killer. It's causing havoc in the rose garden. The rose garden. Back him up. Do you know the only people arriving after us must have been you Canadians? Just going, what, you got nothing? What about a leaf? You must have a leaf. Thank you very much, folks. We love it. Thank you.
That's it for now. Thanks for joining us on Just for Laughs.
This week on the Mercer Report, talking fashion and hockey stories with Don Cherry. Remember this guy?
Rick Mercer Report, Tuesday at 8 on CBC.
Annie Dryden.
Tuesday on Being Erica.
I need you to convince me right now that I'm doing the right thing, marrying Josh.
I know that this wedding is a terrible mistake.
We're ready.
Don't miss Being Erica, Tuesday at 9 on CBC Television. Turn to Canada's #1 news site, cbcnews.ca.
Mommy, it's over.
CBC News The National starts now.